Don't stop believing. What are you doing? Stop making that face.
Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
This is the holidays. Holiday season is here upon us.
It's pretty much here, brother. Happy
When
December, happy holidays, all that nonsense.
Yeah, happy holidays to everyone out there.
Yeah.
When did your kids stop believing in Santa?
No, they still do. You see this back here? The little elf on the shelf,
Elf on the
reindeer
shelf.
thing. Yeah, bro. It's funny too. We're like, me and my wife always ask each other, like, do the kids still believe in this? Because
There's
like
no
sometimes they'll act like they don't, and they'll act like they know things. Like it's this funniest thing. Like asking a kid, "What do you want for Christmas?" and then them not putting two to two together. That like, oh, you're getting me the gifts, and they still think Santa's getting it. So my son and my daughter are still kind of like,
They have
we
to
move
know,
the elf
bro.
around. If we move the elf around, they're genuinely baffled. Like, oh my god, he moved. Like, did anybody see it? And it's just like, yeah, I ran in the house and tossed him across the room, and now you guys think the elf is. But I don't know. It's one of those things where
I mean,
they're gonna
it just
it's gonna
seems
hit them.
like-
It has to hit them soon.
Well, my daughter, I mean, she's in 6th grade and she's known for like 2 years now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
I
but
mean, you probably
I
weren't playing Elf on the Shelf with her, and
We were
probably just like-
we were doing Elf on the Shelf. We were doing all that, but I think it's just like the internet now, kids with phones, and like school now too. I feel
yeah,
like
that's the other thing. They're not. We don't
takes
have
one-
them on their phones.
it takes one kid at school to ruin
Ruin
it. I feel
it.
like.
No, for sure.
That's why
At the
I
same
feel like your
time-
kids know that, but they're just not saying nothing. I feel like they're just
No,
holding it.
I don't. They don't, because like even the other day, bro, the elf has just been sitting. There'll be some nights where we forget to move it, and he'll just be
Yeah,
sitting in the same
I've done
spot.
that.
And then, so it's funny. I was taking my daughter somewhere, and I told the kids to get in the car, and the elf was sitting like next to the TV. And so once they went in, I just ran back real quick and just like tossed him somewhere else. And then when they came back in, they were like, "Oh my god, he moved! Nobody saw it." I was just like, "Yep, got passes again."
I used to do that with the elf too. I'd like wake up and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to move it," and
Yeah.
like have to like panic and find somewhere, or like
Over the left
even
shoulder.
like if we were going like on a road trip home to like see my family or something, I'd have to like sneak back in the house, grab it, and then bring it back
Mhm.
down to there, and like.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. My
We're getting
daughter
past this. Might be the last year
Yeah.
they believe in it, bro.
which is nice
Kristen's
though,
going to
'cause then
middle school, so
it's nice because you just don't have to like worry about, oh, what do you want from Santa? What do you you have to tell Santa? It's just like, hey, this is what we want.
I mean that's kind of what it's always been.
It
right?
is. It's
Like,
crazy, but it's
even when I was a
crazy,
kid,
Yeah, that's true.
we just never put two and two together. So when that realization happens, they're going to be like, "Well, I know Santa's not."
Do you think
real."
they'll find? We think Tristan will tell Zoe right away?
Yeah, yeah. As
out.
soon as he finds out, he'll just
found
say, "What are you thinking out loud?" Zoe, it's not real. She's like, "What are you talking about? Mom does it." Huh?
Mom's.
And it's funny too, because
Yeah,
like whatever the kids are, I'm like, I'll ask the kids like, "What do you think the elf is going to do next?" And then they'll just start saying wild stuff. He's going to climb the tree. He's going to be in the bathroom. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, thanks for the ideas. Okay, good night. Go to bed. And then when they wake up, he's on the tree. He's in the bathroom. Like it's, I'm just waiting for them to be like, "You're doing this, aren't you?"
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, it's also Friday night. You know what tonight is?
What's that?
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua
Oh my
fight.
gosh, that's right.
How do you think that's going to go?
I mean, we were talking about it off, or what was it, yesterday? I mean,
Yeah.
the size difference is crazy.
216 to 240 is
240, and it's just, I mean, obviously this is like the first real, I guess he fought Tommy Fury, but
and he
This is-
lost to Tommy Fury.
yeah,
Think about that. Now he's about to fight the former heavyweight champion.
yeah, one of the best
Tail
boxers
end of his
one
prime.
of the best heavyweights of all time. I know he's,
I don't know if all the time, but definitely.
I mean, Anthony Joshua was ranked, like, he's a top 50 heavyweight of all time.
yeah, most professional boxers are ranked.
I know, but
You're
I'm
saying
saying,
he's of all time? I don't. Sure,
no,
maybe. I don't know about boxing, but-
no. I'm just saying, like, as a heavyweight fighter, he's like one of the best heavyweight fighters of all time, like top 50. That's, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
okay.
like crazy. That's not
Sure,
crazy.
sure. But
But that means he's like
Yeah.
legit.
people think it's scripted, and I think there's going to be an easy way to tell, or if it's fake. I think it's going to be an easy way to tell. If we see Jake Paul come out here and actively try to engage and act like they're really boxing, and it's like some weird fake sparring match, you can bet your ass it's probably fixed. If we see Jake Paul come out here and start running around the ring, you know that's real, and he's running for his life. And this is probably something that he couldn't control because at the end of the time, isn't it like he got a contract with not even a contract? He had an agreement or deal with Netflix for a certain amount of fights. His last fight was supposed to go through Gervonta, but he backs out. And then he asked a bunch of other fighters. I know he asked Ryan Garcia. He asked, I think, Terrence Crawford, some other guys, and they were all like, no. I think Ryan Garcia was like, I'm actually getting ready for a real fight, like a title fight. So no, I'm not doing this right now. So he was kind of put in a corner, probably maybe backs against the wall, and it's like, I need somebody to fight just to get to fulfill this agreement in this contract. And probably knowing that, Anthony Joshua was like, yeah, I'll fight you. And this is my stipulation. It's probably what I want. And if you don't do it, I just won't fight. And then you're going to be fucked. So now I feel like he's backed himself into a corner where now he's might be in danger. And so we're about to really see for the first time, I feel like, a real fight. And how
he could get hurt. He can really get knocked out. Creed. He can get knocked out bad.
Knocked out. He could get his neck broke. What are you talking about? Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, I know. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. He's got power and he's 30 pounds bigger, man. It's crazy. Yeah. But
it's not a
yeah. I mean, it's crazy to go from Gervonta. Like you're two extremes. You're going from way smaller to like way bigger. It's like,
and it makes no sense. It makes no sense other than like, damn, if I don't do this, I won't be able to get it.
That's where it feels like it's scripted because it's like you're just trying to get a big name. Like he went to go get Gervonta because it's a big name.
Well, if he got Anthony Joshua, why not? Why didn't you get him in the first place? He's a heavyweight. He's a former heavyweight champion. Like it doesn't matter. Like,
but don't you think Gervonta was a bigger name at the time though?
He's a bigger name, but he's also a lot safer. Like it's also
like, it's safer.
If
he's not gonna get hurt.
The hardest he can get. I'm like, it might fuck me up, but I'm not gonna be spending the night in the hospital. Like this. If this goes wrong, it could go wrong. It could be.
But then that's where
Apollo Creed is down and he's not moving. Yeah, it could be one of those stories. I hope to God it's not, because nobody wants to see anybody die on Netflix. But it's a scary thought, bro. And now he's put himself in real danger.
Yeah. The payday must be insane for Anthony Joshua to do it. It's got to be.
Brother, please just hold back a little bit.
But see, this was like the whole Mike Tyson thing, and I was just looking at the betting odds because like I hammered Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. It was like people thought Mike was going to actually win. It's like that seemed rigged too. Like it just seemed scripted.
Yeah,
like,
but he's at the same time he was 60 years old and he was tripping on the wires on the way to the ring. Like he's walking down the ring and he's just like tripping over himself. I think we all knew then. Jake, you're out here fighting an old man. This isn't any former Tyson that was boxing that we know of. So,
and there's no way that Anthony Joshua loses. And I mean, he's minus 1,200. So that means if you bet $100, you win $8.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad, bro. This could be really bad. But
like,
I don't even know what to make of it. But I'm definitely watching this tonight. I'm gonna be glued to it. Is there gonna be? Do you know if there's any prelims?
Oh, there's got to be. There's always is with Jake.
Got to be, and I know they got like real fighters.
Doesn't he always have Amanda Serrano, or what's her name, the girl boxer that's like really good? She boxes before Jake Paul every fight, and she's like a world champion. And she came out and was talking about how like Jake Paul helped her make a lot of money because he put her on those fights.
He put eyes on her. He put eyes on her, but at the same time, bro, like this.
Is this going to be the end of it though? If he gets dropped,
if he can't walk going for it, yeah, it could be the end of it for sure. This could be the end of a lot of things for that guy if this fucking goes bad. Boxing isn't. I don't know. We're gonna see what Anthony Joshua does. If he comes back holding back, or if he comes out like, oh, he's treating this like a real fight, then we'll know. We'll know soon too. Just around the ring.
Your other, one of your favorite people is fighting tomorrow too. Andrew Tate.
Is he?
Andrew Tate's fighting Chase Demore.
Who the hell is that?
Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai as part of the Misfits Mania.
What the hell is this? This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
It's crazy.
I knew he kickbacks back, like he was a kickboxer back in the day, but
I know, and I heard about this yesterday from someone. Someone said, "Oh, Andrew Tate's fighting," and I was like, "I didn't see any promotion for any of this anywhere."
You know why? Because nobody cares. I have a better boxing related story for you. Have you heard? I know I talked to you about this maybe a week ago or so. Have you heard about the Manny Pacquiao story with his son?
No.
So Manny Pacquiao has a son that he's raised that's, becoming a pro boxer. I think he just had his first pro bout not too long ago, and I think it was a draw, right? On the other side of town, people found out that Manny Pacquiao had another son out of wedlock around the same age as his son that lives with him. And guess what? That son's a boxer too. Yeah.
What? They didn't box each other, did they?
They didn't box each other. I think they're working on that. But he has a son out of wedlock that he didn't grow up raising, or he didn't know up until like just maybe a year or two prior, when he found out like, oh, this kid's boxing and he's really good. He looks like Manny more than the son that lives in the house with him. And this kid's a killer, bro. I forgot his name, but we got to clip this because this kid is out. He looks like Manny and he's going out there. He's boxing like him. And he was going under his mom's last name for a while until Manny kind of, gave him recognition. And now he's going under his Manny's last name. And now it's like, apparently they're supposed to be looking it up to see if they're going to get the sons to fight. But God, oh God, that's a real life Creed story, bro.
That's crazy.
That is a real life Creed story, but it is insane. That has been the most exciting thing to me in boxing so far,
and
this year.
And I don't mean to be, Manny Pacquiao's pretty religious guy, so
that's probably why
having a kid out of wedlock to him. I mean, he always preaches he's pretty religious.
No, I know. In the Philippines are a big Christian country, and they really play by the book. But at the same time, I know they've met. They've been in the gym together a little bit, and I think it's kind of coming out like a little more like normal and they kind of accept it. But the kid's also the biggest draw out in Thailand and Philippines right now when it comes to boxing. So he's created his own popularity and his own name brand aside from his dad being Manny Pacquiao. So now it's like he can't even avoid this. Like now you have to kind of do the right thing at this point. You can't just keep ignoring it. That would look way worse. But at the same time, crazy story coming out of the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao and the two sons. But at the same time, I was just talking to somebody about this. Like, it's funny because his real son is not a bad boxer, but he's just not as good as the other son. And when it comes to the fight game, I feel like having a tough upbringing and having like that adversity against you is going to kind of mold you to become a better fighter than just having the gyms, the money, everything that you need. Yeah.
So you're talking about like when Mike Tyson had to rob people to eat food, that helped him be a more aggressive fighter?
Or when Clubber Lang was fighting in a storage closet, beating up shit, and like just like, I got to come up the hard way.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, come on, man. You're fighting. They're fighting in the streets and stuff. Like guys, you hear those stories. Those guys that like literally come from nothing. They're like,
bro, they said the kid was getting teased growing up, but people knew that like, oh, Manny's your dad, but he doesn't claim you, so he used to get teased growing up a lot. And so now it's crazy to see now the kid is turned into essentially Adonis Creed.
think about if you're in the Philippines, it's not a massive country. If your dad's like the most famous
thing
ever there, so it's kind of like you're gonna get so much heat. Like that's your dad, and everyone knows it, but he's not claiming you. It's crazy,
man. Oh man, I can't imagine fight night.
What about shoot? Now we're on the boxing. I mean, Terrence Crawford. That whole saga is crazy. They wanted him to pay. They wanted him to pay the $300K.
Just get his belt, but now he's just like,
and he's like, no, I'm not giving you guys $300K. Then just retires.
I didn't even know that dude had to give $300K just to get your own.
Well, they said that the other belts they didn't have to do that
with like the IBO or like
the other ones. He's like, it's way less. It was way less. He's like,
it's just the WBO. The green one is like the one that is like the iconic world champion belt, but. Fuck that, bro. He's undefeated. Everybody knows what he did. Like he was like, no, I'm done with that. And he retired. So yeah, it's been a good, not really a good year for boxing, but shout out to Terrence Crawford. Because to me like him. But yeah.
Did you see the Cain Velasquez thing?
No, what happened?
Cain Velasquez is in jail right now.
No, he's back. He went back? I thought he got out.
No, I'm pretty sure he's been in jail, right?
No, he might have got he got sentenced. I forgot. I know that he finally got bond and then he went back. Yeah, okay.
For a shooting so it was a 2022 shooting incident where he targeted a man accused of molesting his son, and Cain Velasquez went shot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I just seen there was a post the other day. He was playing in like a a longest yard, a football game.
Oh,
And
Jesus
they had
Christ.
his stats. They had his stats in the prison game. I can't remember what it was. It was like
Actually,
yeah, and they had a picture of him. They had a picture
what is
of
he
him.
playing? Is he playing offense or defense? Yeah, he has to be playing defense. He had what, 9 tackles, 5 forced fumbles,
Bro,
1 interception.
but they showed him he had like one of those, remember like those old school like practice jerseys that we wore when we were kids where it's just
Yeah,
like
like
a
with the-
see-through
with the-
netted.
yeah.
It's just see-through
Yeah.
netted. They had those that they're playing like it was like the longest yard. Dude, it's crazy. It's like,
Damn,
oh man.
that sucks, Asian Joe. It's completely understandable. Anybody would have done that.
And he ended up actually not getting like a crazy amount of time.
No, I remember that a lot
Look
because he was looking at like,
at this.
yep, straight out of the fucking longest yard too.
Dude, look at imagine Cain Velasquez. You're just in there and you're just let's play a game of football and you have to go against Cain Velasquez, a UFC champion.
Done. It is done. Have you been keeping up with the NBA season?
A little bit. I mean, the whole NBA Cup thing was pretty crazy how it finished out. It's starting to get a little bit more momentum. Like I thought people like there's a decent amount of like people caring about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just at the end of the day, it's good basketball. I mean, it's just it gives you. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to build the momentum, but at the end of the day, it's pretty dope to kind of have a little mid-season tournament. And I'm kind of curious who's going to be the first team to win the early season tournament, or whatever, the Bye Cup, and then also be the team to win the NBA championship. So I don't know. I feel like when that happens, that will solidify like how important it could be going forward, especially when you have like the greatest teams of all time. That's why it kind of sucks that OKC lost it, but it is what it is. But
Yeah,
at the same time, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It was a good game too. It was the Knicks versus the Spurs, and they talked about how actually Wembanyama lost his grandma like the night, was it the same day or the night before? Yeah, he found out his grandma died because he talked about it after. He was like, you know, I was pretty emotional. You know, sorry, because he was in the press conference kind of being pretty quiet, and they were like, "What's you know?" Just didn't seem like the normal Wemby, and he was like, "Yeah, I lost my grandma." But I mean, you have the Spurs and the Knicks, 2 teams that are looking good and have talent, and you know, OKC had a run in there as well. And I mean, what do you think of this run that OKC is making right now? I mean, it's
insane.
Are they gonna eclipse the Warriors this year with that record?
They definitely have a chance. I mean, it feels like they're on pace. Their team is really their first and second unit are really good individually. Like even without Shea, the team is very solid. They have a lot of good defensive pieces. They shoot the ball well. I don't know, man.
They're 25-2 right now, so we're 27 games in. The only thing is like, as a team, as you get closer to the end of the season, and let's say you have it locked, I mean, they're going to have it locked up, the 1 seed. Do you really start to pull those guys and not play them as much, or are you trying to go for that record?
I don't think that's what they'll do. I don't think that's what they do. I mean, they'll rest their guys when it's time, and they did a little bit of that last year. But if they still have this record, a chance to beat it, I think that will probably motivate them to kind of take a little bit more risk.
Do you guys ever
now they're
like? Did you ever have one of?
I've never
never
had a record.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
straight.
No. I'm saying like any. It could be like a player. It doesn't have to be necessarily a team, but like it could be a player thing. Or is there ever like a conversation, or like is there knowledge of something that could potentially happen in a game, or like that you guys are about to do something in like? Is it like ever talked about? Yeah, or like, not even that. Yeah, or like if this dude does this, like, are we trying to feed him the ball a little extra? No, like, have you guys ever had any like discussions of that, or like there's like a focal point of something like that?
You're playing the game. You're playing. Well, I mean, no. I mean, if there's a guy's chasing a record or chasing like, I've never been on teams like that, but I have to imagine.
What were you chasing?
Yeah, we were just chasing the playoffs. But no, I mean, if you had a guy say he's trying to break a record, scoring, whatever it is, rebounding, franchise, I think you just play the way your team plays, and that will allow your best player to do what they do. like you don't ever have to really chase it if you're in the hunt for it, right? You just play your game. You play the style of basketball that's gotten you to where you're at, and then just let that carry you. But at the same time, no, I don't think guys, because I feel like once you intentionally try to chase something, you start to lose track of the little small things that kind of guide you to where you're doing. And you don't want to skip over anything. You don't want to kind of just break the habit of doing everything step by step. But I don't know. Never on the team where we had any of those guys.
But also, like as you get closer, they have to start thinking about that. Like, hey, I mean,
it's more pressure. I think it's more pressure when you're not playing well. When your back is against the wall and you're just like, fuck, like we don't want to fuck this record up or we don't want to fuck this loss up. Like, let me really try to dig deep and lock in that extra inch just so we could, preserve it. But this in the time, I don't think you're going into a game like playing nervous, like, God, I can't make this.
But there's so 73-9 was what the Warriors did. Yeah, because the Bulls were 72-10.
72-10, yeah.
So as you creep towards that, though, they're gonna be like, we're gonna play our players. Like,
you're gonna play. Bro, they're gonna do the same thing.
I feel like
that's like one of the, don't fucking change it up now.
That's one of the biggest like records too. It's like if you clips that, it's pretty crazy.
No,
if they go 74-8, like.
But at the end of the day, remember, like you're thinking 73-9, like whatever it is. It doesn't matter if you don't go out there and win the championship. And I feel like you have to keep your head down, keep doing the work. And eventually you'll look up and you'll see how much closer you are. But don't worry about how you're going to get closer to this thing and how you could fucking make the most bang for your buck. No, keep doing what you're doing. Keep the rhythm that you guys have and let that carry you. Their main goal is probably a championship.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean, if it works out that they get, 8 losses, then that it works out that way. But at the end of the day, bro, I think they're going to do what they think they need to do.
So you don't, but
and
you don't
know close down the season.
Well, you don't. So you don't think if, let's say they're obviously already blowing the West out right now. Like, if they're so far ahead, you don't think they'll start to rest guys at all? I mean, they're
resting guys already. Like, what do you want them to do? Take them out at halftime? Like, no, that's what I'm saying, though. Just keep doing what you're doing. The guys are going to get the rest. Shea and them, the stars are already playing significantly less minutes than, the next 5-10 lineups out there. Just keep doing what you're doing and let it pay off. This is what they did last year, and it paid off. Now, you know what it takes. You know what you have to do, and you just know the amount of work you have to put in. So you can't skip no steps. Like, don't try to outthink it. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to change it up when there's no need to change it up. Like when shit isn't working, you might have to, change your shit or adjust. But right now, fucking just stay steady.
Okay. What do you
come on it?
Okay. What do you think? Okay. So this is the other question. Since you played in the NBA, what do you think about, and this is like for all sports, because we're seeing it with college football right now. What is your thoughts on, like, okay, let's say you're a 1 seed, like in the football, you're going to have like 3 weeks off. What's your thoughts on like going into the playoffs, the rest time and time off compared to staying?
Different. It's not like we have a bye week. You still play the same.
No, I know, but I'm saying like what is your thing about like being rust or like taking time off to have your body right? Or
that only matters once, let's say, if you sweep the first round and then your second match
and you're sitting up for like a week,
game 7, and I mean,
what's your feeling on that? Do you think there's really like an effect on that? Because some people think, well, I'd rather play a game instead of have a bye. Or
no, it's all up to the coaches, because I know when I was playing and we're in situations like, all right, we got, let's say, even 3 or 4 days off before our next game. It's just like, how much of that do you want to rest? How much of that do you want to practice to stay sharp? And what is your main goal? Because like 1 or 2 days off could throw you out of rhythm, get you out of rhythm quick. And then now you feel like you're behind the 8 ball and you gotta do something. But at the same time, like, you kind of have to look maybe, a week or 2 before that current point, because if you guys have been 8 games and 11 nights, you guys are going to be tired and you might need those 2 days off. But if you guys have been on a normal schedule, then taking 2 days off just wouldn't make any sense. Like, you want to come in, get practice, get light, stay light. Don't do too much, but do enough to keep you sharp and ready. And I feel like it's a very fine line. And you see it a lot. Like, some guys will, they get the first round sweep, come in, and then now, the first game or 2, they're kind of looking a step behind or not playing in rhythm all the way. So It's a fine line, bro. I think older teams mature that are a little more mature handle it better. I think younger teams are a little more susceptible to fall to like little pitfalls, but it's really up to the coach, man, and how they handle how the team responds.
I remember you were talking about it too. We were talking about this a while ago. This probably was on Toronto, where you had older guys that didn't want to practice, but then you have younger guys that need to practice. Like, that balance is crazy.
Toronto,
it's like
that year, it was the year that we got swept, and you can see you could see the difference, bro. The year we got swept, it was like that. It was like the year like I think like Toronto, not Toronto. Lou Williams, Damari Carroll, DeMar, Kyle. I think it was
Amir Johnson.
Amir Johnson was there. So we had some veteran guys on our team, but we had the year before.
Gay there? Was Rudy Gay there?
No, Rudy was gone already. So the year before is the year that we traded Rudy in the middle of the season. And that's when we kind of had like our back against the wall. We kind of had nothing to lose. So we kind of, just banded together and just made that playoff push. And so we kind of, when that happened, like all we did was put our head down and work. Like I remember practice being tough, a lot of film sessions, and it wasn't easy. Like guys are tired, but it's kind of what we needed to do to get into the playoffs. And then going into that next year, we didn't have that same mindset, and you could feel it, bro. I mean, we had more days off. I just remember some of the older dudes were kind of like Debo, why are we practicing, bro? Like Kyle, like tell them like we just played 2 games. Like we played 3 games in 5 nights. Like we need a day off. Like we don't need to be practicing all the time. That shit started to seep in. And a team that we lost to in the playoffs, I think it was the Wizards when they had like Paul Pierce, Brad Beal, John Wall. We beat those guys 4 times in the regular season.
Yeah.
And then to get to the playoffs and get swept by them was kind of like you could kind of point out where we went wrong. I think it was the practices, the way we approached it. Like we kind of took our foot off the gas and let some of that momentum get away. And it paid off, bro. Like it came to bite us in the ass, and getting swept 4-0 to a team that you just beat 4 times in the regular season it's
tough.
It was embarrassing, bro. That was probably one of the most embarrassing seasons of my career. But it's the same shit, bro. Like you gotta have that right mindset and mentality, or you can let things that don't normally affect you play a big fucking role and factor, and then now you're fucking looking at yourself like, God damn, like
Well, do you think there's a fine? I mean, there's probably a fine line in that though, because there's older guys that probably don't necessarily need to practice as much. I mean, think about later in your career. Did you ever feel that way? Like, hey, I need to go less.
But practicing isn't like, oh, we're running X's and O's and doing drills. Like sometimes practicing is getting to the gym,
just shooting,
taking care of your body, getting maintenance, watching film, getting little small reps up. Like it's just maintenance days. Like, and we didn't even do that. There was a lot of days where it's like, all right, we don't gotta come to the gym. And it was
so people wouldn't come to the gym. So people wouldn't come to the gym.
So and it wasn't even like it was like, oh, it affected everybody. It wasn't like that with everybody. It was just enough to not have everybody on their edge all the time. So
especially late in the season too, when it's like this is winning time. Like this is when we got to do the right things.
Yeah. So that was definitely tough, and it's all about mentality, bro. That's the most important thing. And OKC just looks like they're on a mission.
Yeah.
And everybody's on the same mission, and there's no
1 through 10, like 1 through 10, I'm for 12 or whatever it is. Like
1 through 13 right now, bro.
Yeah.
Their second unit is like, I think they had the best net offense in the league outside of their first unit. So it's kind of like everybody is locked in on a level that we haven't seen. And, it's really only them that could be in their way.
It's scary too, because they got the draft picks, they got all the stuff coming still, and it's like
you could possibly get 2 top 5 draft picks this year, bro.
Are playing terrible, and it's just.
And who else? They got another teams too. They got the Clippers, and they have.
There's somebody else. It's not the Sixers. Is
Indiana.
It?
I think
yeah.
It's like Indiana, and they're at the bottom with no Tyrese. So it's like,
if you're the NBA, what do you? I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's just like
but this is amazing because most teams gamble their futures to create dynasties, and this might be the first time. No, sometimes it does, but at the end of the day, like this might be the first time we have really seen a dynasty created through draft picks this fast. And we say fast, and it's been 5 years, but like.
But remember, 5 years ago, we were talking about OKC has like 20 picks for the next 7-8 years. And you're like, well, this is crazy. And then now look at us 5 years later, we're like, they won a title and they're on track to maybe break the record. To
go back to back as well as get they get everything, bro. Most teams get a championship.
And they re-signed their best 3 players. I mean, they got Chet, Jalen, and Shea locked up for 5 more years. So it's kind of like, dude.
And that's all you need. Because now you can use your draft picks just to fill in the gaps, and you can still get really good players that make an impact really early, and not necessarily
on a cheap deal too.
On bargains. That's
the biggest part of it. It's like, and like you said, the way that culture is built is like you bring new players in, from the start. If it's a different mindset. You get into that's why the Warriors did it so well for a little bit. There was they're able to get those guys that like.
The right draft picks.
Yeah, like the Pat McCaws, the Gary Paytons. They go to other teams, they're not as successful. But like under that, you get that right mindset, and the people like they're gonna listen to Shea, they're gonna listen to those guys and just like do their thing.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. It's gonna be the NBA landscape is officially changed.
Gonna be crazy this year.
It's gonna be good. But bro, even the Spurs historically draft very well.
Like, they've done well.
Dylan Harper is playing amazing. Who's the other kid?
They got Vasil, Stefan Castle.
Stefan Castle is like in the
he was MVP race for NBA Cup. He probably would have won MVP if the Spurs won it.
Man, so like it's
and then Wemby, obviously.
They know what they're doing, and then you have Wemby. If you can keep all those guys together and healthy, oh my god, brother! Like they could.
Shout out to Harrison Barnes, man. Look at him. I mean, Harrison was our draft class, our high school class.
Yeah, he was number 1 player in our class for a while, man. So
I remember that too. Ames, Iowa.
Yeah, bro. And who else at Iowa with him
that year?
The white guy, not TJ Leaf.
What? No, TJ Leaf's younger. But are you talking about that year or just later?
Was it Doug McDermott played with him in Iowa?
Probably, yeah.
They played together in high school.
That's crazy.
Insane. So
wait, how many? So Harrison Barnes has to be 15 years in?
15 years in right now. Yeah.
Damn. And he's just a veteran guy on that. I mean, anytime, you can make it that long. And then I see
he's also like a good locker room guy too. He's like a good pro all around. He's a good locker room character guy. So it's like you have him around guys who are already, learning, young dudes. He's going to teach them the game proper, and that's just only going to help your franchise in the long run. So,
bro, and I just seen the other thing. Did you see Brandon Knight on the USA team? That threw me off. Yeah, so you know how like during the world stuff, like they do it. They just have a break where they do like and so it was like the America games.
Like our other pros.
Yeah, and they send like G League guys. They send Brandon Knight was the PG on the team. I didn't even know he still hooped. I mean, he's our age too. That was the same. It was the same class.
Yeah, he was same class too. Him and Harrison are the top 2 ranked guys.
Crazy,
nutty, bro. The NBA, bro, there's another team I want to talk about, bro. The Con Knuppel. That kid is amazing. He's single-handedly made that team his. That team is his now.
And they're talking about trading LaMelo.
But do you see the numbers LaMelo's putting up? There's is uncharacteristic, bro. It's like he can't fit in with that system because they're going through Con, and Con can do so many different things. And it's just like,
dude, he can do it all. He's dunking, he's hitting threes, his shooting percentages is high. Off the dribble.
And bro, 2 years ago, we're thinking LaMelo just won like the rookie of the year like 3 or 4 years ago. Became an all-star, a year after that. So it's kind of like, damn, bro. Now he's talked about like getting bounced around. And it's like,
let's be honest, though.
Happen that quick.
Let's be honest, though. I mean, I saw a video about this. Was LaMelo ever really that guy though? Like, is his extension because of like how famous he is just in general as his brand?
No, don't get me wrong. He's a really good player. Good player.
But his brand of basketball is not.
He just gets hurt a lot. That's all.
But his brand of basketball is not like. Are you really going to win with LaMelo at the point guard? Where would LaMelo go? Who's taking LaMelo? Like that's going to fit in, and he's going to.
Oh, bro, I think you could plug LaMelo in.
So what would happen if LaMelo would have got drafted to the Warriors instead of James Wiseman? Is he fit? Like, you can't just put LaMelo with Steph Curry. Like, look how he plays, bro. It's ball handle.
Well, okay,
ball
sure.
dominant.
I'm not saying all 30 teams on it, but
I mean, how many
he would
teams?
do well in Orlando. He would do well in Orlando.
You think so
Yes.
with Paulo and
Yes.
Franz? I don't think so, man.
Bro, they need a point guard.
I know.
Jalen is a two-way like defensive
Sure.
guard.
And Desmond Bane's like a shooter.
Yes, they just need somebody that can come and facilitate.
But is he going to do that, though? He averages 20 plus, bro. He's going to shoot it.
No, he can shoot it. I'm not saying that, but you got to think about who he was playing with prior, bro. Like,
he pounds
there was
the ball,
no
man.
talent. There was no, but you have to let him do that because who else would you get the ball to in Charlotte? Like, Miles Bridges can do something, but like,
I get that.
And trust me, I know what you're saying. Like, he's only showed what he's shown so far, but he's still a really good player.
He's TikTok basketball.
He's TikTok basketball, but you can't give the ball to anybody else on the. You can't even name 10 guys on the freaking the Charlotte Hornets without LaMelo or Miles. So who are you really going to give the ball to outside of him and Brandon and
Con
Bridges? Like, before Con, but like, I don't know, bro. So but that's the thing. I think a lot of younger guys need to understand. Like, if you don't, you might be killing it, but things can change in the NBA so quick. You could be LaMelo Ball. You could be Ja Morant.
Think about
no time.
Think about that too. Is like if Ja Morant leaves from Memphis, say because they've been talking about that as well. If Ja leaves Memphis and LaMelo leaves Charlotte, they're gonna have to go to. If they go to better teams, they're gonna be the second, potentially third option.
No, for sure. For sure.
That's a big change, bro. A lot of guys can't.
It is a big change, but it's partially on them.
They got their big contracts,
stay healthy.
They got their big contracts, though. So.
They got their big contracts, sure, but like they didn't build enough around LaMelo to give him a competitive squad to like prove that he could show.
What if they do with Con? What if they do with Con though?
But Con's different. He's not a point guard. Like they're running a whole new system. They're running like they're playing wing 5 out, and he's facilitating. But with Ja, like he also can't shoot, and he hasn't really cared to learn to improve the jump shot. So it's like now you're getting hurt. Your athletic ability isn't always going to be what it is or what it was a year or two ago. So it's just like if you guys don't know how to evolve your game or kind of add things onto it, shit can change overnight. Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of other teams out take chances on you, but it's not going to be what you're used to, bro. You're going to have to really go out of your way to make an impact in a different part of your game that people haven't realized or noticed before. Because without that, like, you're going to be a journeyman and you're going to be gone.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's like nobody has chances for that.
Yeah. And it's like, I know the Ja and the D Rose comparisons are like there, but I feel like D Rose did more than Ja did for the time.
Well, he just worked at more stuff. He eventually started shooting like mid-30s,
D Rose
30s from three. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I had to change my game. Like I had to readjust the way I play. So now he knew how to get into the paint, floaters, facilitate, set shots became a big thing for him because he started to come into a decent like shooter from deep, which kept you honest. But like Ja, people just know like, bro, he's just going to want to try to jump over you.
Yeah.
Give him space and we send help. Like he's going to get the ball out of his hands or he's going to take the shot. So
what would you things, okay. So you played for a legendary Hornets coach in Steve Clifford.
Yep.
What do you think? Do you think Steve Clifford and LaMelo could have ever worked tandem wise?
Did he coach him? I know.
I don't think so. I don't think he coached him.
There was no crossover.
I don't think so. No.
He would give Steve a heart attack. I think he did coach him, bro. I think he did. I think he might have had Steve Clifford
for that last year.
Yeah, hold up.
Damn, Steve.
Shout out Steve. I hope he's doing okay.
Steve went to University of Maine, Farmington. What a school.
He did his homework, though.
He did his homework. All right, Charlotte. No, he didn't. 2013 to 2018. There's no way LaMelo has been in the league 7 years. I might be wrong.
I think you are, bro.
7 years? No way. No, he's only 24. There's no way. No, 2020.
I'm looking right now.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, he did, bro. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He said
yes, he did. 2020.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bro. LaMelo was drafted 3rd overall by the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, they went.
Steve Clifford served as the head coach.
Oh,
yes,
he went back to Charlotte. I forgot about that.
After Orlando, yeah. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, how is that personality gonna be with Steve?" I know Steve is like,
he's old school, right?
He can joke with you, but like he's like, if you're not being professional, bro, he's not trying to hear it. And I saw how he was with point guards who were just two-way guys that came in that weren't like on top of this shit and who goofed around a lot. And I just know LaMelo's a free spirit, and he wants to joke and have fun.
Well, you see that though. It's like, and then Charlotte turns around and gets a really young coach. It's like, you got to pair that up, bro. You have to pair that up.
You have to,
because how many guys can you do that with?
I mean, I feel like that's becoming the trend, bro. You either have your legendary coaches that the young players look up to, or you just have the young coaches that can gain the respect of young players because of the youth and their ability to understand and connect.
Okay, so
outside of that, bro, bow. The Van Gundys of the world, bow.
Okay, so
what was Cuz from the dude looked like the Penguin that coached for New York last year?
Oh, Tom Thibodeau.
Gone. Get him out of here. Like, he's not going to be able to make those connections with certain, like, these young players coming up now, bro. It's not going to work.
Okay, so then this is the other question I got for you then too. If you there's a trade-off, you have the younger guy that is more relatable to the person, but then you have these old coaches that have more basketball knowledge. Where is the line in that? So you had Steve Clifford, Frank Vogel, guys that, I mean, they're certified coaches for a long time and have been around, and then you get Jamal Mosley, like that was like your last year before you left.
Yeah.
But where's that fine line of like, where does coaching really impact in the NBA specifically? Because it's different at all levels, but at the NBA specifically, where does that impact? Does the coaching really impact that much, or is it the relationship more?
It does. It's a little bit of both. You got to know how to handle it. But at the same time, it's all about the team. Like, I've been on teams where we had younger players, so you're going to need a younger coach like a Jamal Mosley to come in that can have that youthful spirit, that can kind of jump on the court, get through some sets, kind of really get the guys going. And then I've been on other teams where we have Steve Clifford. And, I mean, it was me, Evan, Vooch. Like,
Gordon,
we had
Aaron.
older, we had, like, Aaron was young at that time, but we had older dudes on our team that responded well. Like, our role players were much older that responded well to the type of coaching that Steve Clifford got. Like, we didn't have to be taught too much. We just had to be coached on how to maintain, how to do this or that. So, like, older coaches with older teams, so much better, because now you have guys that know what you're talking about, and you can kind of just talk the game to them rather than like get out there and demonstrate and kind of walk through it. When you have teams like that, with older coaches, they do well. Like the Doc Rivers and the Celtics. Think of teams like that, or Popovich and the Spurs, like teams like that who could just like talk the game. They know what they need to do, and now the coach is just like, all right, this is boom, boom, boom. Jamal Mosley, the Brad Stevens, the guys like that are kind of like a little bit younger. They got to be a little more like college-esque, where they can kind of drill you in and then talk to you, coach you, run through examples, and then kind of give you the game of the NBA like game, really. So it's a fine line, but it's really up to a GM, bro. GMs can fuck a team by picking the wrong coach for the players, a disconnect, and then there's nothing worse than that.
Did you ever feel that? And I mean, I've had it too. And even when I was in Europe, we don't have to say any names, but like where you just had a coach where you're just like, what?
Yeah, Frank Vogel. My first year at Frank Vogel, there was a massive disconnect between the players and him. Frank is one of those coaches who's a coach for a veteran team. Like, remember?
Well, he won the title, didn't he?
No, he didn't win the title, but he did with the Lakers. But think about when he coached like the Pacers with a young and upcoming PG, and they had David West and Roy Hibbert and all them OG dudes. He's that type of coach. You take him in and give him a young Aaron Gordon who's just like, he's just a young rookie that just wants to work on his game and do turnarounds and jump over people. Like, that is not going to, bro. There was one time we had a film session. It was like my first film session with the team, and we're going over film. Frank used to love doing these long film sessions of like every play. There was one play, AG gets the ball like the elbow. He like faces up, jab steps, backs down, turnaround jumper, right? Coach is like, hey, like AG, I like, this is not a shot we necessarily want you to take, and we don't need this shot right now. It's not a good shot for our team. And AG was kind of like, yeah, but I've been working on that, man. Like, I think that would be a good shot for me. Like, I think I can make that with consistency. And then for me, I'm kind of like jaw drop, like, huh? But at the same time, Frank was like kind of taken back by it, where it was like he didn't know how to respond at first. It was like a little bit of silence. And so he was just like that. The fact that he kind of had to explain like why this isn't a good shot. He's like, I just don't have the energy to kind of just fight guys like that all the time. Like, and so you just get the disconnect where it's just like the coach is trying to give a message, players aren't hearing it, and then now you got everybody taking turnaround jump shots
And it's funny now because it's like you see AG do that shot. I mean, he gets in the post, he shoots a turnaround jumper now. I mean, he's obviously 10 years in. He's 10 years in, but
10 years in, he has a completely different understanding for the game, and that's why I love watching AG now because, like, man, playing with Jokic is probably one of the best things that's happened to his game, to his career. He's just understanding the game better. He sees the game better. He's making big plays, and then he still has the ability to do all that stuff, to hit the turnaround jump shots. You see games where AG's hit 9 jump shots, or he's hit 9 threes, or he's 35 points.
You never would see that first couple years in Orlando.
And so now you see him putting it together, and it's just one of those things where it's just the wrong timing, wrong situation.
What about coaches just drawing up plays and everyone's like, what the hell are we doing? I know you've had to have those moments.
Dwayne Casey, bro. Dwayne Casey was like, I love Case, but like, man, bro, he was not the greatest with the X's and O's on offense.
Part,
Drawing up plays was always like.
Now, I will say this though, I've had coaches that they were great, like preparers. They were great offensively, like preparing. Like we could set up plays, we could do all that stuff, but like in game moments,
in the game, in adjustments,
like, where you have to like make something. Like, are you not watching the same game? Like I'm on the court, like I'm like, yo, are you not seeing? Like this is what's going to work.
Running this pin down because they're topping it. You have something else that can counter this. And he's just like, oh, fuck.
That's all I know.
It's just like, no, bro. All right, got it. And there's been times like that. He's drew up a play with 20 seconds left, and it's a close game. And he was trying to just go off the top of the dome with it, and we're on a 20-second timeout too. So we just need quick ATO. And he was just like, you could tell he was all over the place. I remember Kyle just like wiped the board with his hands, like, hell nah, bro. We're gonna run triangle, throw it here, break.
Damn, some people. So there's situations like that where the players are like, no,
so many times, when you just. There's no worse. We didn't have any confidence.
What is Dwayne? What is a coach like? I mean, the coach has to be. What do they do? Like when Kyle wipes it like that.
I mean, what do you want him to do? But the second horn was going off. The ref was blowing the whistle behind us. We had to get on the court, so we ran wherever Kyle told us. But I mean, at the same time, too, like he was a defensive-minded coach primarily, and each coach. So every team has a head coach. You have your associated head coach, and then you have your offensive coach and your defensive coach. You have your defensive coach that kind of in charge of not scouts, but like in charge of the reads and the adjustments on defense, and the principles for defense, the schemes, and then you have your offensive coach who kind of, draws up the ATOs, comes up with the out of bounds, the side out of bounds, late game plays, everything else you might need. The head coach's job is to review all of it and choose what he wants to use, what he doesn't want to use, what he wants to incorporate, what he doesn't want to incorporate. Case, my 3 years with him, 4 years with him, we had a different associate head coach every year. So principles changed every fucking year, bro.
We used to tough.
Different lingo, different terminology, different sets. So it was cool to learn because you're going to need that at some point, but it was a lot to take in just because it's like it's changing every year, bro. We're doing something different now. Like we're not downing. Oh, we're not staying over here. So it's just that's how it went. But yeah, it's always that's why coaches have their stable. When good coaches been around, they have their guys that they hold on to because
they bring them with them. Yeah, if they especially get success, it's like you don't want to change too much. You want to be able to add, you just want to add players in and then have them learn it. You don't want to switch.
Yeah, I know Case was a Rick Carlisle guy. He won a championship with him in Dallas. So that's all it takes to get your foot through the door to get a head coaching job this year. He stays. It's just be in the right place at the right time. Shit, it just work out for you.
Well, man, there's a lot of ball knowledge today. Shoot, we talked a lot of hoops, but we'll catch you guys after the Christmas break. I'm gonna be gone for a week, and then we'll catch you probably around New Year's, man.
New Year's, hell yeah!
Hit that subscribe, like it. We'll catch y'all later.
Time to get on Arcs.
Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita.